This job seems really simple, and this tach seems pretty cool. So maybe you're interested in buying it, or you bought it and you have questions about programming. Okay, don't worry. After watching this video, you'll know what this tach is all about, and you'll be able to program it with ease. Welcome to my channel. I'm George Johnson, jack of all trades, master of none. The star of this series is my 2017 Harley Davidson Softail Breakout. In this video, I'll skip the removal and installation and get to what matters to you. The Harley Parts website description and instructions are far from perfect. So my plan is to show you the size, fit, and function, including the information that Harley missed. And all that starts right now. Okay, I just swapped the new gauge in. It's really easy. It's 2 T15 screws and a plug. Now real quick, let's take a look at this diameter, because the Harley website says that this is a 4-inch gauge, but if you look right there, nowhere on this gauge is it 4 inches. The biggest measurement I see is 3 3/4. Don't worry. This is the right gauge. Yours measures 3 3/4, and it looks like this. That's the right gauge. Now let me reconnect the battery, and we'll get to programming this gauge. All right, the first thing we need to do is put the bike in accessory mode. You need to have your key fob present. So you hold down the trip meter. Don't just press it once, you gotta hold it down. As soon as you see all the lights light up, that means you're in accessory mode. Now, we can hold down both directional buttons. Now we're in programming mode. First thing we have is we're showing the fuel level, and that's on. You want to turn it off, hold both the directionals down again until it says off. And then now it'll be off. You toggle through and look at your next thing. You still can't see what it's going to look like when you're riding the bike. So I'll show you that real quick. You turn the ignition on. You still don't see it. Turn it off again. Turn it on again. Now you see it's gone. So if you don't have a fuel sender in your tank, this is the way you can set it, and there'll just be a blank space in the gauge right there. It's no big deal. All right, so ignition off again, back to the trip meter. Back in accessory mode. Hold down the directionals to get back into programming mode. All right, now let's go take a look at, okay, we can toggle through either one of these, either side directional button. You can toggle one way or the other. So this 8 right here, it'll show up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's showing as an 8 right now so that you can tell all the LCD bars on the digit are working. If you want to turn it off, again, hold the directionals down until it says off, and it'll be off for you. I'm going to leave that one on. Bright, same thing. Hold them down until it says dim. It only has bright and dim. I'm going to leave mine in bright. And now we're getting into the colors of the LCD now. You can change all at one time, or you can change just the dial. There you go. It's showing you what you're going to change, and it's giving you some possibilities on how it can look. I don't know. Green looks nice. Blue. Okay, and the LCD screen. There you go. You can change the LCD screen, and the tach needle. There you go. Okay, but personally, I don't want them all different colors. I'm going to set them all the same. So ignition off, trip meter down, get back into accessory mode, both directionals down, get back into programming mode, and I'll toggle over to all. Both directionals down until we get into the number and towards the 600. What am I going to set this at? I'm going to go with 500. I'll set it at a bright red, more luminescent red. Right, so 500. Yeah, I think 500 is going to work for me. So again, pull both of these down until it says saved. It's saved. Ignition on, ignition off. And we're done. The last thing we can do is I'll take this for a road test and we'll see how it looks on the road and look at it side by side versus the old. While I'm on the road, I'll give you my final thoughts for this gauge. And then at the end of the video, I'll tell you what's in store for this bike coming down the road. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so other people will be able to see it high in the search. And leave a comment below and let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Let's get on the road.
Alright, so this thing's set in miles per hour. I wanted to get it to kilometers per hour. So that's to hold the trip meter. Let's try holding this trip meter down here, see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Alright, good deal.
Okay, so I'm inserting this side-by-side view prior to my final thoughts, so you can see what the 600 color looks like next to the 500 color. This won't show up in daylight out on the road test, so you need to look at this at night or in a place like this parking garage. I prefer the 600 color so far, but I haven't tried all of them. Okay, let's get on the road.
Okay, so final thoughts on this gauge. Starting with the positive points, $315 seems like a pretty good price. It looks good. It does everything the stock gauge did. I like the addition of the kilometer toggle for people like me who ride in metric locations. For the breakout riders, the addition of the fuel level is good. Of course, that might be a negative point for you guys who already have a fuel level gauge, but you can just turn it off and ignore the blank spot on the LCD screen. It is very easy to install, and of course, the fit is perfect, but that brings me to the negative. The instructions are workable, but not exactly the clearest in the world. They could have easily included the 6 words needed to tell me how to enter the accessory mode on my breakout, which would have saved me the frustration of trying to figure it out, and then the time it took me to go find the owner's manual. And the explanation of toggling between mile and kilo displays doesn't mention you have to be on the odometer screen. Now, if we take a quick look at a side-by-side split screen, you see the monochrome LCD screen on the stock gauge on the right, much easier to read than the color LCD screen on the left. That's kind of the nature of the beast with the LCD screen. I couldn't find specs on the Harley screen, so I'm not sure it could just be a cheap screen. But most of this effect is probably the result of my poor camera work. So here's another shot of the new gauge with a different camera. In person, it isn't difficult to read at all. All in all, I'm happy with it, and I definitely recommend it. Now let's head home and take a look at what lies ahead.
All right, so I hope you found that informative. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know what you think about everything sitting on my kitchen counter right here. I've got some new handlebars I'm going to put on the bike. Of course, at the same time, all the wiring has to come out of there. We're going to do some electrically heated hand grips, and we're going to do some new directionals in the front. And you can't replace the directionals in the front without putting matching directionals out back. While I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and put a new custom dynamics brake light out there. And of course, going with the new style, the handlebars, got to go with the new style of mirrors as well. Of course, the air cleaner, we can do that anytime. and not shown on this table, not purchased yet. Of course, I've got a couple of exhaust systems that I'm looking at that I'd like to put on there. So give me your suggestions. Tell me what you'd like to see me put on for an exhaust. But for now, that's it. Stay safe out on the roads. Enjoy your Harley Softail. See you around. Now let's pull this factory Speedo out and put this Harley Davidson model in. Is that my damn phone ringing like that? Analog, Tach, digital Speedo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Will you stop it? Take 18.